Do you feel like no matter how hard you try, people just don't see your value? You give everything that you've got, and you still end up feeling invisible. If you've ever felt overlooked, ignored, or just like another number, this episode is definitely going to be for you, because here's the truth. Your worth, it doesn't change, but the environment that you're in, it determines how that worth is seen. And if you don't feel valued where you are right now, maybe it's time to change your environment. Today, I want to break down one of the most powerful lessons that I've ever learned and show you how it applies to your life, your career, and your relationships. And if you use it accurately, it could be one of the best things that you've ever done. I know, because it was definitely one for me. So let's get into it. For everybody new here, I'm John Adams, and for years in my previous career, I thought the way to prove my value was to always say yes. I worked late, I gave 110%, I went above and beyond whenever possible. And sure, in the moment it mattered, and some people even noticed, but when it came down to it, the company as a whole, and the leadership team, and any decision that really affected my life, I realized I just was a number there. All the hours, all the sacrifices, all the extra effort, it didn't add up to being truly valued. All it did was lead to stress. And that piled on top of the health problems that I was already dealing with and just kept brushing off. And eventually, I left that career due to all that stress and all those same health problems. My body just kept telling me I couldn't keep pushing at that same pace anymore. But when I look back, leaving was the best thing that ever happened to me. Yes, I completely understand. I could have fixed my health even if I stayed in that career, but that would have only solved one problem. What leaving gave me was a lot more than recovery. It gave me purpose. Now I'm creating my own value through this podcast, through Living 95, and building a media production company. And I'm not just a number anymore. I'm in an environment where I control my own value, and that value that I bring is recognized, and it has purpose. Now, one thing that I've learned since I've been in this motivational game, motivational speakers, we love our metaphors. And there's a popular motivational metaphor from many motivational speakers that I've seen and that I've read, and it just really drives this all home. And it's all about water, just like this. Have you ever noticed how water's free at a restaurant? It's $1 at a store. You pay $3 at the gym. Heck, if you go to the airport, this same bottle of water's $5. And guess what? You get on the plane, you're going to spend $10 on the plane. It's the exact same water, but the location changed its value. And okay, I know what you're saying right now. What does the price of water have to do with any of this? So here you go. If you don't feel valued where you currently are, maybe it's time to change your surroundings. And here's the big key. Your essence, what makes you you, that doesn't change. It doesn't have to. Your skills, your identity, your worth, those are completely constant. What changes is the environment that you choose to be in. That environment, it can act like a multiplier, or it can be a complete limiter. It can raise your perceived value, or it can bury it. Just because one place, one group, or one person doesn't recognize your worth doesn't mean you're not valued. It just means they aren't the right person, or you're not in the right place for people to see it. Think about it. Airplanes can charge $5 for that bottle of water, and you don't get mad. And then you go to the store when you land and you buy that same bottle of water for that dollar. Why is that you didn't get mad for paying the same money on the airplane? Not because the water changed or that the taste got any better, but because the environment changed. It was all supply and demand. You were on the plane, you were thirsty. You either stayed thirsty or you paid the price. The demand changed. The supply changed. The circumstances, they changed. And your perception of value, guess what? It changed. And you're no different. Your value doesn't change. Only the price people are willing to assign to it does. You can't change your supply. You're only one person, but you can raise the demand for your worth. The second you place yourself in the right environment. Too many of us stay in the places where we're undervalued. We tell ourselves, maybe if I work harder, maybe if I give just a little more, maybe then they'll see my worth. But here's the reality. If the environment is set up to undervalue you, no amount of effort is ever going to change that. So what happens when you shift? When you find that new job, that new environment, that new community or new relationship where your value is recognized, everything begins to change. Your energy, your confidence, your ability to contribute, even your health. So here are some of the red flags that I want you to really look out for that'll definitely tell you if you're in the wrong environment right now. You're always saying yes because you feel like saying no would make you completely disposable. You leave completely drained from work or even from home because of your relationship or your family. You definitely don't feel fulfilled. You feel overlooked, unseen, or unheard. No matter how much you give, it doesn't change. If you see yourself in any of those signs, it might be time to ask yourself this: do I need to change the environment that I'm in? I want you to pause and reflect on that for a moment. Do this. Write down 3 spaces in your life where you feel undervalued right now. It could be work, could be your relationship with your significant other, or could even be the circle of friends that you're hanging out with. It could even be your own self-talk. Think about it. When you look in the mirror in the morning, what do you say to yourself? Do you talk positively to yourself? Then ask yourself this: what do you want to do instead? And what's one small move that you can make right now to shift the environment or raise your standards? Let me give you a few practical ways to start shifting your environment right now. Network with intention. Spend time around people who already see your value and that lift you up. Set boundaries. Stop giving away all of your energy to people or places that drain you. Keep learning. Growth attracts environments that grow your worth. Be selective. Don't rush into the first new environment that looks better. Make sure it aligns with your values that you're trying to change into. And sometimes it's not about leaving entirely. It's about repricing yourself. That might mean raising your rates if you're in business. It might mean speaking up when you always have been that silent person. It might mean stepping into confidence instead of waiting for permission. The point is this: you don't need to shrink yourself to fit spaces that undervalue you. Remember the water bottle. The same water, different price. Your worth, it hasn't changed at all. Not at all. The only thing that changes is the environment that you're in. So stop questioning your value and start questioning your surroundings, because sometimes the most powerful move that you can make isn't working harder. It's walking into the right environment for you. If you've been feeling overlooked or undervalued, I want you to take one small step this week. Write it down right now so it's real. Put it on paper. Get it out of your head, get it on paper, and make it real. Now I want you to take it one more step. I want you to share this with somebody that you really trust, because a trusted friend or family member helping you hold yourself accountable is the key to stepping into the value that you already carry. And never forget, you don't need to shrink. You don't need to beg, and you don't need to settle. All you need is to take that one step. And as always, stay healthy, stay balanced, and keep driving forward. I'll see you next time.